Hi, I'm Diana Baker Freeman. I am the Senior Manager of Modern Governance Advocacy and Initiatives for Diligent, the parent company of Board Docs and Community. I'm excited as both a third generation educator and a lifelong educator to talk to you today about schools of the future. I'm going to talk to you, though, from a different lens, from a governance lens, just a little bit, as we talk about the leadership of the organization. I think it's important to recognize the linkage and the support, the partnership that is going to create the situation that will allow a school of the future to flourish. It has to be in place. When we start talking about the definition of what creates future ready or schools of the future, we talk about equipping student graduates with agency, passion, and skills to be productive, compassionate, responsible citizens. But I want us to roll that back just a little bit and talk about how do we equip our board with the agency, passion, and skills to be a productive board and a partner in moving forward as a school of the future. One of the first principles as we look at schools of the future is that they have to embody the principles of a learning organization. We hear a lot about professional learning communities. And often, when we start thinking about that, we think of the administration down. We rarely think of our boards in partnership with us. But, friends, the truth is, no district has launched a successful 21st century initiative without strong leaders, and that includes the entire leadership team. So, if we start talking about our professional learning communities, are we embodying that? Do we see boards as partners and educational leaders? Or do we see them sometimes as pests that just need to be appeased, that we can do with, a nice dinner or a few things to vote on that will keep them busy, but without actually inviting them to join in the conversation? I want to remind us that critical to success is active demonstration of a culture of innovation where the trust fuels that capacity of students, teachers, administrators, etc., and the community. And that starts with cooperating with the board and working with the board to create a collaborative vision for digital transformation to occur, and that is going to be the basis of moving forward with the school of the future, there has to be an underpinning of support from leadership. This transformation is only going to take place if we really look at a paradigm shift to fail forward or continuous improvement mindset. There is frequent frustration with the phrase, well, we've tried that before once and it really didn't work. We get that mentality, but we have to view past failures as steps in the process. Another key tenet of our future ready schools in preparation is organizational transformation. There is no doubt in order to see an organizational transformation, we need education and students institutions, to have a digital strategy. The key there is getting those senior leaders, and that includes board administration, to play that role of seeing across the campuses, across the district, that shared understanding and of problems as well as opportunities, and being intentional about requiring digital solutions. So, we have to recognize that, especially in the era of, dare I say, post-COVID, um, I think we're coming away from that, at least, that standing still is not an option anymore. We have an unprecedented opportunity. It has been an unprecedented challenge, but it has created for us an unprecedented opportunity to seize the digital world, and move forward with it. To drive our institutions forward, we've got to get everybody on board and welcome this much needed change. I know in my life of education, the joke is commonly that education runs about 50 years behind business. Friends, we have fast forwarded, let's say, at least 40 of those 50 years. And so this is our opportunity to continue moving forward. In a culture right now of big data, Every student, every department, every program, and class comes with valuable information attached to them. And analyzing this information is going to be the key to unlocking our operational inefficiencies, where they exist, what we can do. And staying siloed is just going to deter this digital transformation, organizational transformation that we need. If we're going to make data driven decisions from the top down, the data has to be organized and unified. I think back to Richard Chait's book, a Harvard researcher, Governance as Leadership, and he talks about the three legs or three prongs of board work, if you will, of governance. And he talks about the fiduciary and then the strategic and then the generative. And in fiduciary, it's basically, the taking care of the assets of the district. The strategic obviously is looking at strategies and how we're going to move forward and position ourselves for success. But those generative conversations, that's really a term that Chait uses to describe a board that challenges itself and the organization to think outside the box and explore new topics in new and different ways. It's typically used or energized by those boards that are well established and they have a good degree of proficiency and competence in their fiduciary and their strategic work. So, friends, I'm going to challenge you today to rethink your strategy. Partner with those boards. Recognize that they are leaders and need to be part of your learning community. Recognize them as educational leaders, and we will move forward much more quickly.